Hello everyone, it is Mary. Welcome back to the Live Well channel. I have not posted in quite a while, specifically one of my audio versions of something that I wrote recently and I really wanted to share with all of you. Sometimes it's easier to just listen instead of watch a video, and so that's why I try to do a multitude of things for the channel. But today I am going to be just doing an audio version for you. So before I get into what I want to share, I did want to remind you that if you'd like to receive this in email format, you can click the link below and that will add you to the list for the wellness note that goes out every Sunday at 5 p.m. Or you can just subscribe to this channel, or you could do both. But let's get into what I want to share today. So one of the things that happened to me this weekend was a random act of kindness. And it's very strange to be sharing it from this perspective, because for those of you with children who know the YouTuber Odd Ones Out, he's an animator, and you might have had the joy of catching one of his animation videos where he talks about what a good person he is. He's bragging about the good things he does for society and his family. It's actually a really cute and funny song. So I'm going to link that song below in the description box. I encourage you to watch it. It's funny. But the moral of the story is, in the end, that making a point to tell others how gracious and generous you are, you're actually kind of hurting the intent of the good idea. At the risk of doing that, while also hoping you know where my heart is, I wanted to share this following story. The focus of this encounter that happened this weekend is actually what happens after it that made me want to share. It's my hope that by telling this story, I may encourage you to do something similar. All right, so let's get into story time. This weekend, I was down in the heart of DC for an appointment. I stopped at Starbucks, as one does. It was chilly. It was raining pretty steadily. This particular Starbucks had a foyer, so it's sort of that small enclosure between the outside and inside doors. So I walked through, I got in line, and I glanced outside, where I saw an elderly gentleman, wheelchair-bound, who seemed to be homeless. He came into the foyer to get out of the rain and to rest for a minute, I presume. I asked him if he'd like a cup of coffee, and he accepted. I then asked if he'd like cream and sugar or just black, to which he informed me he'd like cream only. I got back in line and I was waiting to order. He came all the way into the store. I got the impression that he was in there with more confidence, since he was now a paying customer, or soon to be, and we both waited patiently for me to place our order. The woman in front of me leaned down and said something to him, and then looked back at me and said, "You got him a cup of coffee, right?" I told her I did. Although I didn't confirm this by staying till the end, I do believe she then placed an order for food for him. So I got our coffee, I delivered it to him, and then made my way through the crowd to grab some sweetener. This is where it gets interesting. There was a palpable shift in the room. I could feel the energy of edginess change to patience, and the chill in the air was replaced with warmth. I know that probably sounds a little weird, but I could just sense it. Most of us, for just that moment, were shaken from our normal distractions of worry, stress, lack of caffeine, and we stepped into being more present. It was so busy in there, yet we were all smiling at one another, and some of the patrons were showing the man more patience and kindness as they moved around him. But I want to be clear in this story. I didn't do anything extraordinary, nothing that any of us couldn't do. I think so many of us are just going about our day, doing our best, with no ill intent, but life's distractions keep us from connecting with others. I know that I was only able to, 1, see this man, 2, feel comfortable enough to extend generosity to him, and 3, not feel inconvenienced because of my self-healing journey. I'm more present in my own life, feeling inspired to leave something better than I found it, no matter how insignificant that might seem. And on that day, I guess it was the environment of Starbucks that I wanted to leave better, or at least attempt to. We are making daily ripples in others' lives every single day. Some are larger waves, like interactions with our closest loved ones, and some are tiny, unnoticeable ripples with strangers. A lot of people claim how bad, divisive, and dangerous the world has gotten, and that it needs to change. Just talking about it won't change it. But if you start a positive ripple, you will be part of a solution you seek. Please remember, none of this has to cost money. Extending a helping hand, having compassion, being kind, and showing dignity toward people are all acts of kindness that are totally free. I encourage all of us to do it whenever the chance presents itself. So I want to wish all of you a beautiful week ahead. Please feel free to share this with someone that you think it could benefit, or sign up for the newsletter below on the link. You can find that right below in the description box. And I will see you all in the comments down below or in the next video. Have a great week. Bye-bye.